What's going on, guys? Welcome back.
To Open Ranks. I went out of character right there. That's crazy.
Cheers,
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy.
All right, something bad gonna happen.
All right. We did want to do a quick little episode since we lacked over this last week a little bit. So we had the call to action and we just filmed, but we want to do a little quick episode about the homies. Simply the homies.
Simply the homies.
But yeah, Tommy, what you got? Let's go story for story. Try and we'll just, see where it goes. So, can be a funny story about one of the homies. It can be a sad story, a good story, a wholesome story. Don't matter.
Don't matter. Stories, homies. I can give you a good story.
All right, what you got?
My first deployment in Afghanistan.
Okay.
My roommate snored out of control. Like, it was just bad. Some people just have snoring problems, and I got a problem hearing it. So it just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was killing me. So I got up one night, and me and my buddy put our bunks together. I should shout out his name, but
Shout out his name.
Samuel Theriault. But
I hope you see this, Sammy boy.
maybe he'll hit me back up one day, but he didn't. Let's go. So I was just shaking the bed, like just shaking it, like waking him the fuck up, dude. I was like, I can't take it no more. Like, my mind was just sitting there bulling in the darkness, you know what I mean? And I turned the lights on and everything. Then he just grabs his pistol that was laying right by his bed and racked that thing back and just pointed it right at my face. I was like, oh, hell no. So I grabbed my pistol, racked my pistol back, pointed it at him. Then he's got his M4 over there laying in his bunk too. So he grabs that, racks that back. And now he's pointing both his damn guns at me. So I go grab my M4 and I rack it back, and we're just screaming at each other. And then before you know it, man, there's just a bunch of people banging on our door. And they don't know the code to get in there, and we're literally just about to kill each other. Yeah.
Jesus. Let's see.
It's pretty wild.
Well, let's see. Quick one to rattle off. Oh, all right. So this was right when I was a pretty new squad leader, my last unit that I got promoted into as a staff sergeant, and I had this one kid named Bryce Sapp.
Was this, you talking about?
This was even before you even came there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And lo and behold, we had another kid in our unit, kind of a nerdy kid, the type of kid that would talk about Transformers and Star Wars for hours, kind of an oddball kid. So one night we're out at the range really late, and we're actually gonna stay the night there, the whole nine. And next thing you know, I don't even remember who had the idea, but we see this kid, and he's got a stick that's got chem lights taped all on it, and he's doing lightsaber moves. Pool was just going crazy with it.
I think I've heard the story before.
And then someone was like, oh yeah, someone should fight him. And then who did they get? They got Sap. And you're like, Sap, fight him.
Old tree sap.
Yeah, little tree Sap. So
I miss you. He'll understand that.
But yeah, so they rig up Sap a lightsaber, and him and this pool kid, they start lightsaber fighting, and then Sap at one point is just beating the ever living shit out of him, and I was just like, round over, I was like the commentator for this whole thing. All the boys got their phone lights from different platoons, and it's kind of wild. And so I break it up. I'm like, Sap, you can't.
Somebody's
got
a
beat him
video
like
of that,
that.
don't they?
You cannot beat this kid who is clearly at a disadvantage for multiple reasons. And so,
How do you think he got in?
I don't know. That's a story for another day.
But
Just
trying to make,
nonetheless, Sap's just beating the hell out of him. I pull him aside after round one, and I'm like, Sap, you can't go hard on him like that, So Sap goes hard on him one more round. He does exactly what I told him not to do.
Another round.
One more round, and pull him aside. And at one point, I think Sap like hit him in the nuts with the lightsaber on accident. I don't know. He's doing a head low. It was like a high shot, low shot, high shot kind of deal.
Just
Hits
back and
Pool in the
forth.
nuts, and then we break it up. Again, going to round 3, and I'm like, Sap, you have to lose. This kid's morale is going to be, he's going to tank if you kill him. So,
Well, yeah,
of course,
I mean,
at one point, Sap
once you
lets
did,
him
you ain't
win.
got
In
nothing.
this third round, Sap lets him win. And, all the boys are hooting and hollering and yelling Pool's name, yelling Packing Pool, lifting him up, going crazy with it. Like, it was insane, dude. But, yeah, it was pretty damn funny.
That's what's up.
But no, I had another senior leader. He was like, you guys probably made that kid's, like, year. Like, that kid probably,
Yeah.
he needed that. He needed a good morale boost.
Ain't it?
And,
And they really feel that, like emotions and stuff.
yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
just feel like I can't be excited for shit.
For sure.
I don't know why. It's like, you ain't gonna make me excited. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It's all dark over here, dog.
All right, well, you got another funny story or a funny story?
I mean, yeah,
Because you went all dark with the Mexican standoff.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a lot of darkness, but a lot of crazy shit. But let's give it one funny one, I guess. With Rumpf. And
I think I already know where you going.
I think I was on the OP. This ain't the one where he fell in the water. This is cause that's funny too. But we started getting attacked, and a rocket flew right over the DP he was in and just hit Flag Mountain, and exploded. It was loud, and I'm like from the OP looking down at y'all like, dang. Y'all getting messed up. Like, I'm way up here, away from y'all. I was like, I'm doing all right.
Y'all got
And when I finally, like, my shift was over with and I got down there and, Rump's like, Tommy, what the hell going on, man? You got these people out here trying to kill me and stuff? What you got me doing up in this tower and stuff? I was like, bro, I can't control that.
I will never forget. And I really wish you could say this story.
So funny.
Because it's even, I mean, it's way funnier when actually, you know what? We got to have him on. I ain't gonna say that story.
You know
You already
what?
know what I'm gonna say. He needs to tell that story
We
because
gotta
it's
get
so
him out
good.
here.
It is so good.
And it'd be funny to have him out here.
For sure. All right. Another quick little funny story. So this is in 2024, actually. So I was on SOG, Sergeant of the Guard, for those who don't know. And so our platoon was doing Sec 4 in lieu of doing some dismounted patrols out in Syrian. And so I'm on the shift, and I was driving this little bongo truck. Thing had no parking brake, no nothing. Like, it was a stick shift. So it was a piece of shit, all in all. So I pull up to the top where BP, I think it was 5. Yeah. BP 5. And I think it was Fox and Figueroa in the tower, if I'm not mistaken. I know Fox was there. Mm-hmm. And so I walk up, instead of putting the car, you're shutting off the bongo truck, in gear, because you can do that with a manual. I just left it in neutral, and I was like, it'll be all right. I'll be here for, 10, 15 minutes. What's the worst that could happen? So I walk up the steps, dap up the boys, say what's going on, seeing if they need anything. And before I knew it, Fox is like, Sergeant, turn around. Damn bongo truck is rolling backwards down this little hill onto the HL, or like heading towards the HLZ. Mm-hmm. And without any thinking, I took 2 steps down.
Oh, it was going that way?
Yeah.
I thought I was going toward the BP7.
No, it was going back towards
way.
down the hill.
So I got to change my image of
Yep.
the story.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. No. So just picture the truck rolling backwards
Yeah.
down the little hill.
Okay, yeah.
And so I jumped from, I'm not kidding, like
That one's pretty.
I had to be probably 8 to 9 feet above the ground, like the top of the BP. So I was probably, when I jumped, I would estimate around 7 feet above. And, you know, I pushed off my right, so I got my left foot out first. I hit the gravel, and my shit just twist like crazy.
How'd that make you feel?
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I started screaming. I was like, fuck! And they're like, do you want us to get the radio? I said, no.
Did you lay down?
No, I didn't.
lay down?
I was just leaned up against the truck, and I was like pushing the clutch with your hand, and I just jump in. I'm like, I'm going to drive myself to roll one. And so,
That's right. Yeah.
like pushing the clutch, and I can't put any weight on this son of a bitch. So I get out of the bongo truck, hop out, start walking over or hopping to the roll one. You know, they do x-rays. They see my foot or my ankle, and it was, I mean, I ain't lying. It was about as big as a softball.
It was huge. Yeah, it was.
And so then, you know, they're going over with me at roll one, and then right next we had a field surgical team right next door. They put me on a gurney, rolling me across the rocks, just in absolute hellish pain. Take me over to the FST. They do a quick x-ray, and that surgeon that actually was working on me, he was actually from Georgia. He's a pretty cool dude, lo and behold. But he was like, man, like, I'm really shocked you didn't snap your ankle in half. And then one of the guys who was helping me out at roll one, he was like, well, his boots were pretty damn tight. And he's like, it's probably what saved your ankle, honestly. And I was like, well, I guess I'm glad I kind of laced up today.
Off, huh?
No, not that tight.
Like
but
that?
I mean, it was tight enough, I guess. I mean, shit. Tight enough. But yeah, that was kind of a funny one. Then the boys made memes because this really fat E4 picked me up and put me on the gurney. So they made some, you know, fat girl meme kind of deal. Then they made videos of me hopping around the fucking base.
Yeah, we should upload.
Because we didn't have damn crutches. We didn't have anything. So I know shit. At one point, I looked like a Walking Dead character just dragging my fucking ankle.
I think we need
leg.
to upload one of those videos.
Yeah.
So they'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload one. They made it a meme after like a sensing session with our platoon.
And I got
sergeant.
one with you
PL
limping around.
It was funny, needless to say.
Kind of
but
sad, dude. It's kind of sad.
yeah. All right, but you got any other little quick stories?
Shit, dude, I got stories for days.
Shit, dude. Pop one more. Pop one more.
Let's see. Where do I want to go?
I'm pretty sure we have. Actually, I know we posted it, but the video with Rump falling in the water when we were on our mission in Payha Valley, that was hilarious. We'll make sure to repost that video. Sorry, Rump. It's got to happen.
Yeah, it was
We're
funny.
going to keep reposting that until you get on the pod and make it happen.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna post it everywhere too until
Yep.
you get out here. Mm-hmm. We'll pay for your travels.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. Bless me.
All
But
you gotta do is
all right,
come
you got
talk.
one more? You got one more? What you got?
I don't like indicting myself, so I got a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I
But,
know. We do have some stories like that.
Just trying to be careful of my expressage. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right.
What you got?
This is a good warm and fuzzy one, or not a warm and fuzzy, a wholesome one. Look, when I was having a bad SOG shift, or I was just like, man, fuck this in Syria. It never failed. When Tommy and Bryce Sapp would be on BP7 from the noon to midnight shift. Or midnight to noon. I don't remember. There's too many of them. They all kind of interlock, right? You know, we did this for months and months and months. But, man, if you're ever having a bad day, just go up there. And the funniest thing to ever come into is seeing dudes sitting around a stove, like a makeshift stove heater for a battle position in the dead of winter.
It's a little tiny wood burning
Watching
stove.
Sean Ryan shows downloaded up on YouTube, learning about things that didn't even have to do with the military, or
Just
like
crazy stuff.
just
It was like,
wild
it was
shit.
like educational.
And
You know how much I remember from all that?
not a damn
None
thing.
of it. None of it.
But no,
They
it
got
was
Alzheimer's?
it was pretty. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny nonetheless. But
Yeah, we did.
yeah, that was a good.
And we bought salt guns and we were killing flies.
Oh
nonstop.
my god! I think there's one day I remember
Nonstop.
like walking up in BP7 and Mitchell Martin was up there, and he had a salt gun in his hand. He's like all excited. I think he was up there with Trevin, and I think Trevin, one of our snipers, and I was like, Martin, how many flies you killed so far? And he's like, 143 and counting. I was like, Jesus Christ, you're not even like 2 hours in this shit. Just boom, just shooting the shit out of fucking flies and salt guns.
Golly, that's how
Man,
it's
funny.
all like that over there. Anywhere. Just flies, dude.
Don't worry, we're gonna have like a whole Syria series, if you will. But
Yeah, we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more to
yeah,
come.
no, I'm just trying to come up with little funny stories or anything. Oh man, you should tell them about the time when we were doing primo and Lieutenant Dodd lost his pistol holster.
You know, that is a very interesting story too.
Yeah.
So we were getting ready to go to Afghanistan, going through pre-mode. One of the LTs, it wasn't even in our platoon, was it? He wasn't our.
He was at second platoon PL.
Yeah. Lost his pistol holster.
Because we were in first platoon, second squad.
Yeah. Lost his pistol holster. So, first sergeant makes everybody come outside, out the barracks. You know, LT lost his shit. Go figure. And it's like, you know, he just like half right faces us and everybody's doing push-ups. But then both of our squad leader, we were in the same squad at the time. His name was Ray. I love him to death.
Yeah.
He I don't think he ever even got down. But he's like, second squad, stand up. And, you know, your first sergeant's smoking you. And our squad leader's like, no, get up. And we all got up. And they started arguing and stuff like that. And then we all got ordered to just go back inside. And then all you heard was a bunch of cuss words and this and that. And, well, more of the story is LT just misplaced his stuff. He eventually found it. And
Hey, he was about. Yeah, our first sergeant was about to make us dump
oh yeah,
duffels.
go
Remember
dump
that?
all our stuff,
He was like,
man.
towed the line.
Yeah.
He was walking
Yeah.
through. He's like, "We're y'all about to fucking dump all your shit if we don't find it in the next 5 minutes." We're like, "The fuck you talking about? We don't know where it is. Like, no one took it. This wasn't part of this pranking thing that we'd been doing, like the Joes were doing."
Yeah.
But it was funny. I will say, I remember Ray saying that. We all do it, and he was like, "What the like." I can't remember verbatim. This was a long time ago, but to the effect of basically our first sergeant was like, "You guys think you're fucking special or exempt or something like that," and our squad leader Ray was like, "If this would have been a Joe, this would be a totally different scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if this would have been Joe, you would have been bitching about how they failed to have proper."
Yeah, or their NCO fell.
yeah,
for
proper-
not doing like green teas
What was
or
it?
whatever.
Yeah, he was
you
like,
know
"Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
you had a proper control of your SI, something like that, to that effect." And he was like, "You really believe that?" Ray just goes, 100%. And so that's when he ordered us back inside. That's when he was like, "All right, first platoon, everyone get inside. Everyone get the fuck inside." But yeah, and they had words. But yeah, that was. I mean, it's kind of true. If that would have been a Joe, it would have been a completely different story. But because it was a first lieutenant,
A pistol holster.
pistol holster, because he had his own leather holster, so he took the Safari Land off, misplaced it, whatever. And we're like, "Why are you complaining about where the holster is? Where's the gun? Where's the M17 that's supposed to be in that bastard?"
It's a good question.
That was the thing I kept asking. I'm like, what?
Nobody-
I'm like, no one's questioning where the damn pistol is. Where's the fucking pistol?
Where the gun, dog?
No, yeah, where's the gun? Like, made zero fucking sense to me. But man,
Shoot. I don't know. We can tell stories for days, dude.
yeah, we sure can. But we just wanted to quick do that one. Give y'all something for the week. But again, appreciate y'all being patient with us. Thanks for sticking around.
Yep.
Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, subs on YouTube. Help us keep growing this community.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.